trade negotiations are underway. I know that's not necessarily your domain, but energy is a massive part of our exports and imports to and from China. How does energy's role in trade affect the ultimate outcome?
Yeah, well, obviously that is Ambassador Lighthizer world, and he does a fabulous job, by the way, a very good negotiator. It's part of the mix. May not be the driver, but it's always hanging out there as part of the matrix, if you will. So very important, and America now has the ability to use that in a very positive way when it comes to trade negotiations.
Is it sort of a lever that we have to pull?
Yeah, sure it is.
Specifically liquefied natural gas?
Well, across the board, when you really think about it, the U.S. is, whether it's our technology on the renewable side, whether it's small modular reactors in the nuclear field, obviously the fossil fuels as well, but all of it plays a role. America is a leader in the energy sector. All of those sectors, not just in the fossil fuel side. Obviously, that's really changed with our ability to deliver 34 countries now, 5 continents of LNG. It matters, and it matters a lot.
Yeah, and you guys have recently fast-tracked some LNG projects. But here's the thing, Secretary. The demand numbers and the export numbers are off the charts.
Yeah.
However, there's about 20 more projects that are in some phase in the United States. Is there at some point at which we are going to have to slow down?
Not in my estimation. I mean, the fact is, this is a fuel that will clean up the environment. As we look at India, as we look at China, these massive economies, we need probably more projects than what we got on the books today to be able to meet that demand.
Here's the thing. All those resources, many of them are in this state. We need to get them from where they are taken out of the ground to the LNG or the crude oil export ships. To do that, we need roads, people, trucks, pipelines. You and I have talked about it. Are we any closer to a real energy infrastructure deal from the federal government?
Yeah, I think so. And the states really matter on this as well. So, it's one of the things I'm a bit critical about states that try to block pipelines, like New York, for instance. I mean, they've got a real need to be able to have that diversity of supply into their state, yet they don't allow these pipelines to go across their states. States like Texas, states that have the resource there to be able to move it to the export facilities, they're going to get ahead economically, and they're going to get ahead substantially economically because they have that mentality of we need to build the infrastructure. Big projects out there. It's going to take a while. In the Appalachian region, the president's working with a group of people in those 4 states, in particular Pennsylvania, Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia, to build a infrastructure there, sitting on top of the Marcellus, on top of the Utica, take that natural product, crack it, be able to add value to it, and then move it to the ports. That is happening. It's in the works. The federal government and state governments, they need to just, in some cases, get out of the way and let the private sector come in and do these things. It's one of the reasons we've tried to speed up our permitting process. We need a couple of FERC commissioners to get those permits done. But once that's done, grab a deep seat, because we're going to take off and go in a great speed.
To be clear, Secretary, do you believe that we will get some kind of a federal spending plan specifically designed to target energy infrastructure this year?
Yeah, I think people get a little confused sometimes about thinking that it has to be a federal spending plan to make this work. Frankly, what the private sector would like to do is if government will speed the process up, if you'll get out of our way, if you'll get us the permits, we'll take care of the spending side of it.
So it could be continued deregulation, continued fast tracking of these permits.
Correct.